These people are learning the hard way. White folks are learning the hard way. Now they are lamenting that they are tired. They are tired of the privilege. They are tired of the welfare. They are tired of every single thing. Now, most of them are wishing to even be black because they feel like it is even better that I am black and I know what I'm even carrying. I know the load I'm carrying than being trapped in this body called a white person. And at the end of the day, I'm getting exhausted. I'm getting frustrated. It's just a whole lot. When I saw this video, I was like, don't tell me you're ranting again. I thought we were done with this ranting last year. Why are we still here? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. This is the first time tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches you have in our today's episode. And guys, this is just for educational purposes, not to come here and bash. I'm not the one that rants. They ranted. I saw the video and I said, okay, it's going to be interesting to my community. So please, stay away from me if you don't like black people. Let's get right into this, guys. I'll be back with commentaries.
Hi there. Just yelling into the void. So, there's something I've been suffering from since about 2015. I like to call it white fatigue. Yeah. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted with your petty prejudices. I'm exhausted with your casual racism. I'm exhausted with your complete lack of self-awareness. I'm exhausted with your misplaced superiority. I'm exhausted with you thinking you're not the problem. I am exhausted with your fear of diversity, equity, and inclusion, because it is a fear. It's not normal to be afraid of those things. It's something you've been taught. I am sick of your pearl clutching about trans and LGBTQ people and how you're going to explain that to your children. I am sick of your pious version of prosperity Christianity, where because you believe a certain way or read a certain book, that somehow you are deserving of all that is good in the universe. And that's why you have everything that's good in the universe, not because of systems that are put in place to benefit you. Yeah. I am sick of you telling me about the vacations that you go on where you either stay on a super controlled resort or a cruise ship and then tell me you went someplace. You didn't. You changed locations, but you didn't actually go on a vacation unless you interacted with local people and tried to learn something about the culture. I am sick of you assuming incorrectly that the way someone speaks, that their dialect or accent determines their intelligence, because I assure you it does not, especially in the case of Black Americans. I am sick of your upholding white supremacy. I am sick of 90% of everything that white people do. I am sick of people making excuses for their bad behavior. I am sick of it. Really freaking sick of it. And that is why my circle is super small and I don't try to engage, because what's the point? What's the point? These people are beyond help and they give me fatigue, downright exhaustion. You're on my last nerve. That's my rant. Bye for now.
Hey, so I gotta be honest about something. I saw a phrase the other day, white fatigue. Well, that's something that black people have been saying, like, we're just fatigued with white people, okay? But now white people and the algorithms have turned that around into they're tired of us. And I'm going to say something that's probably not, as they used to say, politically correct, but I'm tired of white people. I just am. And so that we are very clear here, I don't mean individual white people. I mean the system of whiteness that we are going through, especially since Trump came on board. And I'm sick of the anti-blackness. And I have to ask people, black people, do we need to stop trying to please be a part of or suck up to white people? Black Lives Matter comes along, a great moment. Everybody in the country sort of got behind it, and that scared so many of these white supremacy type people that there's a huge backlash. No DEI, you're woke, and all this kind of crap. So basically, all these corporations were like, yeah, we have a commitment. And as soon as they got permission to, they dragged the rug out from under us. So, as Target has learned, black people have a lot of money. We have a lot of power that we're not using. And I gotta tell you something. Back in the day, through segregation, you had in a neighborhood the black doctor, the black nurse, the black teacher, the black plumber, the black numbers runner. You had everybody in the neighborhood, and you got to see different levels of black culture. Now, because of integration, all of the upwardly mobile good folk, I almost bought into it, upwardly mobile folks left the community because they wanted to see what the other side, the grass is always greener on the other side, etc., for many reasons. But then it left behind people who no longer had a role model to look for, except maybe a basketball player, a drug dealer, whatever. And I guess what I'm saying is, we have our own black colleges. We have our own black designers. We have our own black artists. We have all of that. But yet, we're still chasing the white dream. And I'm trying really hard to figure out what I'm trying to say, but at the end of the day, if we concentrated our wealth on us, so you go to where a lot of Chinese people are. It's called Chinatown. Businesses, grocery stores, the whole bit. You go to where there's a lot of, let's say, Armenians, Little Armenia. Grocery stores, banks, the whole bit. You do that with every community. And they have vibrant communities where they're self-contained. They're not trying to be white. They're being their authentic selves, their authentic culture. They are just as American as anybody else, but they're not striving for the white dream. And it just seems to me that black people are striving for the white dream, or that's where we've been forced to think is the correct way of doing things. And I guess my question, and please answer in the comments, were we better off during, would we be better off with segregation? And I don't mean before we were forced. But because of that, because of integration, we lost us, I feel, in many ways. There's not the vibrant black community. Where are the black grocery stores? Where's the black grocery chains? You've got Cardenas, you've got Supermercado, you've got all these places here that are Latino-focused grocery stores. There's not one national black grocery chain. We need to, a lot of people have problems with Tyler Perry, but at least Tyler Perry is employing black actors. Ever notice how the hottest guy in a movie is never the black guy? Now we're sort of seeing a change, with Michael B. Jordan, etc. But in general, black men are portrayed as not the hot guy, and oftentimes as the big queen. And I'm gay, so I can say this. Look at Food Network. All of the TV shows there are, you can have Italian cuisine, Asian cuisine, millions of hosts. There's occasionally one black soul food show. And even that you can tell just didn't get any attention. Whereas you have like, if it's a white person, then it's Southern cuisine, and it's all over the place. And you look at what's going on over there at the Home and Garden, HGTV. They have gotten rid of all the black shows and all the gay shows as well, but all the black shows. We have our own wealth. If all of these basketball players, etc., would put money together, start a network, stop trying to why do we need to be on Netflix? Why do we need to be on HGTV? Tyler Perry has built a studio that hasn't been seen since the golden age of Hollywood back in the 30s and 40s. Why don't we do more of that? And I'm rambling because honestly, and not all, and I used to always say this during Black Lives Matter, if you're not exhibiting the behavior, it's not about you. So I'm not saying all white people, but I gotta tell you, I'm tired of white people, the system. I have white fatigue. So would we be better off resegregating, self-segregating ourselves like every other community does? Immigrants don't jump in, and they just don't. They go to their own, they keep with their own, they support their own. We're the only ones that seem to want to assimilate so badly. And honestly, it takes away from us. We are full Americans. That's why I hate the word African American, because we're not African American. We're Americans. We deserve to be Americans more than anybody else other than the natives, you know? Which is a whole other discussion. But I'm just tired of being othered by white people as if we're bad. You know, you go to Chinatown, you go to Little Tokyo, you go to Little Italy. What's the black person's neighborhood called? You know what it's called, and it's negative. So, but the only reason it's negative is because we care. I don't know exactly what I'm saying, but would we be better off to just resegregate ourselves and not have to deal with the bullshit? Answer in the comments.
Many people don't want to acknowledge that the black community are the chosen people, because let's get deep into this, because in reality, they have the knowledge that most people don't have. Like, the only reason why people know how to farm is because of the black community. The only reason why we have the music that we have today is because of the black community. There wouldn't be no rock or metal if it wasn't for blues and jazz. There wouldn't be pop music if it wasn't for disco. There's a lot of things that they created that white people never did. White people really don't have that deep of knowledge. It's either stolen ideas or they're bought. Let's be real. What did white people really invent? You could say Tesla from Elon Musk, but he didn't make that. It was a stolen idea. If you go read what he did, he literally stole the whole business. You could say Trump, but what did Trump do? Stolen ideas, copied somebody else's ideas, just like his speeches. It's like a lot of white people just copy people. I mean, look at the dances on here. Who created those dances? The black community. And that's why this app's so boring right now, because it's not because all this stuff that's going on and the negativity. The black community literally just took their energy away. That's why this app was positive, because a lot of the white people were copying their dance move, copying this, copying that, and they stopped doing it, stopped posting on here, because none of you will give them the credit or the acknowledgement that they created that dance move or that idea. Before this land was taken, white people had no clue what the fuck to do. They were taught their language, they were taught how to farm, they were taught how to season their food that they still don't know how to do. That's another thing, seasoning. All their favorite foods, barbecuing. You love the barbecue, right? That was the black community's idea. This is why they are chosen. They have the knowledge that most people don't have. There's a possibility there is white people who are chosen, because let's face the facts. What happened during the Roman times? and the slavery and all this other stuff, the black women were getting raped. So they were having their children. So there might be a bigger chance than we think that a lot of white people might have possibly a little black in them. That's why white people are jealous of them, because they know they have no creative ideas. They don't know how to cook, some of them. They don't know how to do much anything. They have to copy and paste everything the black community does because they have no ideals of their own, or they're jealous of their looks, jealous of their ding-dongs, whatever. Because their light is shining more than white people's. And honestly, the Bible says there's antichrists everywhere. The Antichrist, blah, blah, blah. But white people are the Antichrist. You have no Christ consciousness whatsoever. If anything, you try to erase Christ consciousness. I mean, look at all of you right now in this day and age. But yeah, none of you has Christ consciousness. Most white people are full of hate. And a lot of black people are full of love. How do I know this? Because the black community treated me better than my own race. Let's just face the facts right there. The black community has treated me better than the white people. Back to the Antichrist though. You have Jim Jones. You have Trump. You have a bunch of white people always saying they're trying to save the world. And they always don't. Those are Antichrists. Always white people doing it. But yeah, most of our knowledge that we know today, the music we have today, the foods we have today, is all from the black community's ideas, which is Christ consciousness, and God gave that knowledge for a reason.
You're causing division among yourselves and other races. It's not good.
First off, good evening and happy Memorial Day. Second off, it's people like this guy that I just stitched that's actually causing more division in this country than anybody else. Earlier in this video, he said something to the likes of, we have no heroes anymore in the black community, and we should look up to people like Ben Carson. I mean, we have a hero, and he was elected to presidency in 2008. He served 2 terms in office back to back. He had 0 scandals going on in his presidency. The real only scandals that he had was that he asked for a hot dog with no mustard, I believe, and wore a tan suit. Those was the biggest things that y'all could say about Obama, who is still a black hero right now. Unlike the person that you and your people idolize, which is the dictator-in-chief wannabe up there in the Oval Office right now that bought all his votes through another billionaire that has no right being in office right now. Y'all idolize him too. Right now, y'all are poor, living paycheck to paycheck, but y'all idolize the people that's taking y'all money. Now, to the black community, only thing that's divided right now is black Republicans and black liberals. That's the only division that's going on right now. True enough, we got some black on black crime and, people out here killing each other for foolish reasons. But the thing about it is, you're not going to find too many black men that's going to jail for messing with little kids. That's y'all. You're not going to find too many black men that's getting caught with 10, 12 bodies in their backyard. Statistically, there are more rape allegations on PWCs than there are on historically black colleges. So none of those are good crimes. But if you look at it statistically, white men particularly are the worst of the worst criminals in the United States. You say that Abraham Lincoln took care of reparations also. Yeah, he took care of reparations for the slave owners. He paid the slave owners reparations for their freed black slaves. The black community is the only community out here that has not received reparations. The Asian community, they receive reparations. The Jewish community, they receive reparations. We are not respected enough in the government's eyes to receive reparations. But this video done been a little too long in a way. Deuces.
Welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching. So if all of them are getting exhausted of of their self, is it me that will go and not, is it me that will not be exhausted of the, I'm also exhausted of their whiteness. Yes, I'm exhausted. Who is not exhausted? Let me know in the comment section. But it is good to actually see these people coming out to their own opinion, telling their community that you see this thing people are doing is not making sense. It's not making sense. Now, their fatigue is coming out to the point that they are so much exhausted about every single thing. And sometimes they want to air out. In fact, at some point, these people don't even want to be trapped in that body called white. They prefer to even be trapped in the body that is melanated. Because why? It is quite exhausting. You know, it is better that you know that you do not have this particular privilege, and then you're working towards achieving any single thing that you actually want to achieve for yourself, than knowing fully well that you have this particular privilege, but you can't even use it. Or even when you are using it, it is tiring to use. It is frustrating to use. Do you get? So that is why these people are being exhausted. And I understand the part where they are coming from, especially from the first clip, when she has been harboring this for over how many years, and she has to start opening up in 2015. She has to realize herself and be like, I don't need to continue like this. I need to talk. I need to speak out. I need to speak out. What are my people doing? They are not really doing the right thing. For how long do they keep oppressing these people? For how long do they keep making it look like as if everything is okay? While me and them know that every single thing is not okay. So it is quite okay for them to be exhausted, for them to be frustrated. A lot of them are already tired. They don't even want to find their space in the community. That is why even when the white holy town actually collapsed, they laughed. White people laughed. And that is why there's nothing anybody can tell me, and I'll keep saying it. Black people, you guys are just the best. Because if these people have been exhausted of their own skin fold, and they've not been through slavery, they've not been through Jim Crow, they've not been through segregation, tell me, if they have been through all of this, you think they would have been able to survive this till now? No, they will not. Black people are strong people, to be honest. It's not easy for you to go through all of these things, and then at the end of the day, you came out victorious, and you're still showing forth, you're still coming out, you're still proving that, yes, we are strong. It's not easy. These people are quite exhausted, and I understand where their exhausted is coming from. It's quite a pity, and I hope their community and other people that are actually going to see their videos actually do well. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to the original creators of every clips and stitches you have in our today's episode. And guys, this is just for educational purpose, not to come here and bash anyone. Thank you so much for your support, your love, and everything. I really do appreciate it. I don't take them for granted. And I'm going to be seeing you guys in my next one with no further ado. I do like I always say in my videos. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.